Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Once again, it's all about where and when you are hearing me from. I want us to continue, as usual, with our teaching and admonitions. Like today, I'm coming with what I titled, If I Die, I Die. If I die, I die. Something like that. If I die, I die. Somebody make this kind of comment in the scripture. And her name is Mother Esther or Queen Esther. It came to pass at a point in time when the Jews in Babylon are just about to be destroyed. And Haman was particularly the one who wants to destroy the Jews. He conspired with other governors to just get the Jews destroyed. Then someone with the name Mordecai came to know about it. Then he quickly wrote letter and complained and begin to shout, begin to call for a national prayer meeting of the Jews in Babylon. And he even wrote to the palace so that, particularly when Esther could be aware of what is going on. In his letter to Mother Esther, he said, don't even think that at this point in time, if you keep quiet, that you are going to be safe because you found yourself right in the palace. That you are in the palace in a strange land doesn't mean that you are no longer a Jew. If the Jews are being conspired to be demolished in one way or the other, stop going to think or stop thinking that you are going to escape from it also. But he said something. He said, who knows actually, if it were actually because of this reason that God have manipulated his way to make sure that he keep your feet right in the palace in this strange land. That's exactly the mystery. I want to get the reading from the book of Esther, chapter number 4, verse number 14. Let us see it as a text. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place, but thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Mordecai was telling Mother Esther, actually, who know if it is exactly because of this time or because of this season that the Spirit of God have made it possible for you to be given birth to. Who know if actually this is your sole purpose, your sole mission, your life path, that which you must come to do before it could be said that you have come to your self-actualization, before it could be said that you have fulfilled destiny, we know actually if it is this. And that was after telling her that even if you keep your peace, the Lord is not limited to one man. Deliverance can still come out of somewhere else. It was only then that Mother Esther hearkened, then asked him to gather the Jews and let them start prayers, at least for 3 days. No one will eat, not even their beast. He said she too will be doing the prayers with her, met right in the palace. And after the conclusion of the prayers, he said, I am going to talk to the king in his palace, right in his very presence, about what is going on in his province or in his country. But meanwhile, it wasn't comfortable because those time was the time the king make a decree that if you enter the palace and refuses to handle or submit the golden scepter into your hand, that you are as good as dead. But Mother Esther was not threatened by that. He preferred to die. He said, if I die, I die. But he has to hear. Why am I choosing this topic to talk to us or to admonish us as Biafrans? The reasons are not far-fetched. I want to tell us something, and that thing is, in life, it is a fundamental factor and a foundation that something has to die to live. Taken for instance, when you want to plant any crop, say a peanut, it has to fall to the ground, it has to decay, and it has to fall in a comfortable place, and it's until it decays before it can germinate and gain ground, gain fruit, gain a root, then spring forth and begin to grow. That means that which just died came back alive. You can even call that a theory of reincarnation. In fact, that is the nature of almost everything on the planetary Earth. Things die to live, including human beings. It's only those that refuses to die and didn't find it comfortable to die for any reasons that actually really died. Let me give you, for instance, in the Bible, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego decided to die, and that was when they actually began to live and really lived. Daniel deliberately decided to die, and he started living. That is when he began to really exist. Many of the prophets, it's until when they decided to die, that was when they began to live. Elijah ran away for Jezebel and began to hide from one cave to another, from one bush, from one mountain, from one necessary hiding. You keep hiding And he wasn't comfortable until he summoned courage to confront his fears by deciding to die. And that was exactly when he started living. In fact, even our Christ Jesus have to die for us to live. And even himself, it was when he died that he really started living. Nature is like that. Whenever we begin to hide and run away from dying, that is exactly when we started the rebuild. It happens to the children of Israel in the wilderness. A journey that was supposed to be for 40 days took them 40 years because they feel they don't want to die. They complain for everything, talk about everything. They complain for water, they complain for food, they complain for ginger and garlic. They made all necessary and unnecessary complaints, then murmured against God. Then God closed their eyes from seeing the track road, the major road that leads to the main road that could have conveyed them as fast as possible to their destination. And they begin to go around in a circle. A place they're supposed to attend for 40 days became 40 good years because they don't mind being real. They don't want to be realistic. They don't want to face their fears. They are going to a promised land that they don't have the proper catalog and proper interpretations of exactly what it means. And because of that, their steps and their feet are moving forward towards the place, but their mind were right rooted in Egypt. And there is no way you can be in a place where your mind are not. And that was exactly the trouble that delayed them and wasted their energy, their time, and everything that concerns them. You cannot get into where your mind is not. It is just as good as what is happening in the Biafran land today. Some of the troubles we've got this time around or find ourselves, we are the generators. We championed it. And we are consuming the utility that are coming from them. We are consuming our troubles that we generated and we are complaining. Many times I said that ignorance is no defense, but it's true. There is nothing that could be compared to ignorance. In fact, ignorance is one of those things or the only thing that can kill you without taking your excuse or permission. You can't go to court and say certain things like, you are not aware. That you are not aware doesn't mean you are gotten discharged and acquitted. In fact, that you are not aware of a particular thing that you've committed is even one of the most fooliest or the highest stupidity that can ever happen to anybody. because you are not aware and you've done something wrong, the law is still holding you responsible. In fact, that person who deliberately and who is aware and deliberately commit the offense is greater than you, because he has an ulterior motive. So definitely there must be an advantage for him somewhere. Unlike you who feel you don't know and you found yourself into the very trouble. You've lost everything, you have nothing to gain. We really don't want to die, and we are really dying. Why am I talking in parables? I keep saying this several months ago, all across the world, anywhere you are in the world, except you don't operate Facebook. But so far as you own Facebook account, or Facebook are being used in your country, it's a lie to say you'll be using it for 1 month, 2 months. You won't come across issues, pictures that has to do with Biafran or about Biafrans. Quite impossible. Very hard. And suddenly, everything about that got pushed. Now we are like the children of Israel who are moving forward to a promised land that we don't have proper interpretations of. There is nothing as bad and as killing as somebody who is embarking on a project that he doesn't have proper chart concerning that very project. You are not too different from a confused man, because if you are not confused and eat now, just wait for the next minute. You will get confused because you don't have proper chart of a project you are embarking on. The children of Israel was shouting, Canaan land filled with milk and honey, just like an average Biafra is shouting today. Oh, hey Biafra, oh, hey Biafra. The land of promise. It will be like this and that after 2 years. It will be like that and this after 1 year. It will be like this and that after 4 years. And do you know and believe that it will really be like that? And we are already having, some of us are already having double PVCs. Not Biafran PVC, Nigerian PVC. Who are you mocking? Whom are you trying to deceive? Are you trying to deceive God, who have made you a Biafran, and who is supporting you, making sure that you fulfill your national destiny that he commissioned through our father Abraham, and said, certainly, this is how it's going to be. Your children will find themselves in a strange land and serve other gods, but when it is time, they shall be delivered. Are you trying to make mockery of that? Are you trying to thwart it? Are you trying to mock yourself, or are you trying to mock God? Which one are you trying to do? Our Biafra is in your mouth. It is heard boldly from your lips, from your vocals. You can make it buzz as much as you want. Sometimes you shout it with a very nice treble. Some when they shout it, you can see and understand the implications of a raw tenor or alto, We have different voice parts that we can shout it with. But already something very strange. There is a sharp contradictor and a sharp contradictions to the project is already in our hand. We are just waiting for the day because we don't want to die. We want to live. We are too hungry and the hunger is just about to kill us like Esau. And we can't wait anymore. After waiting for 62 good years, only the last year, the remaining singular year, to get what you want. And somebody, one foolish person, just invited you from nowhere, burst in through you, and deceived you. And you became as cheap as that, and conquered. You can imagine somebody who is more or less a university graduate, and suddenly a primary school student begin to teach you assignment, begin to show you answers for algebra, and you want to get the assignment like that and go to submit. I don't know what is greater than F9. Because that's what is just about to become your answers. It's just about to reflect on your report card. It is sure conspicuously on your assessment. Because you have acted foolishly. Except you decide to die. And throw away that nonsense in your hand. And throw away that little thing that's just about to destroy your destiny perpetually. And lock yourself right inside your house that very day. Except it is done, you have become Saul, that Samuel told you have acted foolishly because he couldn't wait. He thought you have waited a lot. And a king doesn't offer sacrifice in Egypt. It's office that belongs to the priest and prophets. Thank you.